To me, I came here when I was a teenager. I used to live in a refugee camp in Kenya, and when I was coming here, I was more excited, thinking that I would have a social life like what I used to have back home, because we used to play around. Although life was difficult, there was social connections, and everyone was lovely to each other. And coming to Australia was a bit of exciting, and then in the other way, I felt like I wasn't accepted by other people. Not everyone, people are different in terms of asking weird questions sometimes that are not appropriate. Are you a Sudanese? Just assume it like that because I have dark skin. And then they would just say that negative things toward that. And yeah, it has impacted my thought a lot about where I am. In terms of safety, it's a good place.
My thinking, everyone are not the same, so you don't expect people to treat you the way you want them to. So on the way I met few good people, and some people were not quite nice. So before you assume that this person, we all the same, if you ask question, you get the answer. So these are some of those things I used to find a bit difficult. I was actually in Adelaide, South Australia, so there's a lot of multicultural people, from different backgrounds there. So I didn't feel that much differences when I came here. So in our workplace, I always tell people you should treat someone the way you want to be treated, because it doesn't matter. You can't see me like a black person and you think I'm foolish, or because they don't speak English, meaning they are not educated. So we should just learn from each other and respect each other.
To me, at workplace, it would be really good to address these issues in terms of understand diversity, and also accept that these people English might be their fourth language or even fifth language, because some have been in different countries. So it's good to understand a person's background first and accept what they are saying instead of assume that they would know it. Because if you learn something, you've just been learning that in period of 5 to 7 years between that, and someone has known English for like 20 years, you can't assume that that person would understand every single thing you said. A lot of community are more isolated. They're like in a group, so, and they're not aware of other community, what they do in terms of understanding different people cultures and accept different people cultures as well. It'd be really good to create awareness. For example, a Sudanese community, I'm from Sudanese, and the way I look into it is that majority are having less knowledge in terms of interact with other community or interact with other organization within Canberra here. Do something about it would be really good to get other people to have community sexual interaction where women came together and children play together, instead of Sudanese community just play by themselves because they don't have other access and there are no other services as well. Coming here, I find it to be more independent. Like, I have a chance of be able to drive my own car, go to school, and make decision of what I want. So it's a good thing. There's a human rights whereby you do what you want to do, and freedom of information where you say what is right for you.
It's more independent. I get to work for myself, and I get to do things for myself. The negative part here is we that come from different culture, it's kind of hard that we forgetting about our culture, because some of our culture, we don't see older people and just call them by their name. Western world changed few things, and which is very not pleasant, because when I go back home, I'm like, how can I call this person, So the culture is leaving a little by little. My experience here, as I said before, that's independence. And number two is You can't. Our culture, like the men, sometimes the men were, it's fine for the men to hit on their wife. It's fine for the men to do this. That's your culture, but here, you can't do it. So it makes all we get that awareness. So when we go back home, we try to teach other people that, hey, this is not good, because we thought that was fine if my husband hit on me or my mom beat me, that's fine. But that's not fine, because you just ruining the person, everything.
I was in a refugee camp where we just play, and anyone would just, I would say abuse, because someone would just beat you and say you have done this wrong, and your family would not say anything because they assume that whoever done that is your uncle if he's older than you, or if it's a woman, female is your auntie, she can look after you. But in some point it wasn't done appropriately. So coming here, I find it to be more safety in terms of no one just hit you for no reason. So